Gaijin just added a crazy fun premium on the dev server. I just have a few issues with it. Before we dive into this video, I need you guys to hit that like button and subscribe. Only 9% of you are currently subscribed, and I know for a fact that we can get that to 15%. Just hit the like button and subscribe. What do you have to lose? Nothing, honestly. Anyways, the Serbian J22 M1A is now in the game as a Russian premium, sitting at 9.0 for air RB and 10.7 for ground RB, and it actually has a lot of cool features that I'll talk about once it hits the live server, because I want to see what munitions it actually gets to keep and what BR it's finalized at. But I will make a video now talking about a missile it does have, and that is the AGM-65B Maverick. Now, where that might not be an issue for some of you, you gotta understand that there's been a lot of times where Gaijin has said they want to keep things that, America had in the American tech tree, things that Russia had in the Russian tech tree. There are a lot of Russian vehicles that could be in the American tech tree. There's a lot of Russian munitions that could be in the American tech tree, and they're not. But now Gaijin has added the go-to Maverick for the United States for a lot of aircraft. The A-10, the A7s have it, the A4 for Israel has it, the F4E has it, all the F-16s have some form of the Maverick. You get the point. It's a staple missile for the United States and a lot of other nations that aren't Russia. Keep in mind, the Maverick was made to go after Russian armor in a Cold War scenario where Russian tanks were crossing over Europe and trying to take over Europe. And the missile was just added to the Russian tech tree. Now, I understand that it's on a premium vehicle, but it kind of feels like it sort of crosses a line that Gaijin never wanted to cross. It's not like, in my opinion, the J21 needs the Maverick. It has a lot of other crazy munitions like the Grom 2, and we're definitely going to be talking about those munitions in a video once it hits the live server, because I do think the J22 M1A is a very fun premium, and I will definitely be buying it. But the Maverick just adds this kind of like, what else is Gaijin going to add that's American to the Russian tree, Russian to the American tree, and vice versa? I already have a lot of people who are very upset that China has so many American vehicles through Taiwan, and I understand why this upsets a lot of people. If you're going to grind the American tech tree, you want to have your F-16 be your F-16. You want to have your Abrams be your Abrams. And I understand a lot of nations have to go through this where vehicles are added to, if you're a German player, all of the Leopards and a bunch of tech trees, and vice versa. There is a lot of talk about this. There's a lot of vehicles that are like that. But the issue is the United States doesn't just export vehicles willy-nilly. It's a long process that is only reserved for either very close allies if it's things like, state-of-the-art F-16s or Abrams. And that's where it gets to be an issue where if you're playing the Chinese tech tree, I don't want you to have access to an M1A2, and if you're playing the Chinese air tree, I don't want you to have access to an F-16V. Gaijin needs to do a better job of making sure these vehicles aren't in other nations' lineups, because it just gives a point where why would I grind the US tech tree if I want to play an F-16 and an Abrams if one of the best Abrams and F-16 is in the Chinese tech tree and I get access to all these other Chinese vehicles? It kind of comes down to where players need to just decide on, how much of this are we going to take? I know just right now it's a Maverick missile, but it kind of is it's a small thing that's a big deal in the long run because it opens the doors to a lot of things. I ideally would not have had the J22 being added to the Russian tech tree. Russia does not lack a 10-7 strike vehicle. They have a lot of 11-0 vehicles that can fill the role. There's not really a 10-7 Russian lineup either way. There's only a handful of vehicles that sit at that BR. You're not lacking a vehicle for that battle rating. There's several other nations that are. Japan could really use a 10-7 or 10-3 strike platform. They only have a handful of premiums, really. There's several options to put this premium in another tech tree where I think it'd be better fitted, and it would make sense for it to have the Maverick. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Is this a big deal? Is it not? Is this kind of just whatever? I want to know what everyone's thoughts are on this. Let me know down below in the comments. There's still a chance this is changed by the time this video's come out. I'm recording this on the 7th. It probably isn't going to be out for you guys until the 10th or the 11th. I'm heading on a trip in 2 days, so I have to pre-make some videos. So if things change on the dev server and my videos are incorrect, that is why. Anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I wish I didn't have to make a video talking about it, but I did. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.